Since I haven't posted a video in a while, literally a year, if this video gets 1,000 views, I'll sing the United States song or something like that because, let's be honest, that's what you all want to see. Now, here's a video. Yeah, so I actually procrastinated so much on this video that the introduction originally said 8 months, then 10, now we're at a year. I hate state flags. Well, if I was saying this to my mom, this is the point at which she would correct me with strongly dislike, but strongly disliking something on the internet doesn't get you views, so I hate them. Before we get started, I should probably say that the majority of this information comes from the North American Vexillological Association's pamphlet, Good Flag, Bad Flag. There's a link below if you want to go purchase it, but I recommend using the online PDF because, and I may speak from experience, it is very hard to get a girlfriend when you have a book about vexillology on your shelf. I almost added a section on the anatomy of flags here, but I realized that that's boring and no one really wants to learn about that. If for whatever reason you do, I will flash a nice infographic on the screen for exactly 0.2 of a second. Ready, set, go. Oh, did you miss it? Yeah, me too. Turns out I was too lazy to edit it in. First, I want to make a clarification. I don't hate all state flags, just most of them. Well, the first of the 5 rules laid out on the pamphlet is to keep it simple. This is what most flags fail to do. Let's take a look at our Appalachian friend, West Virginia. The flag has details too small to make out on your screen, so you definitely won't be able to see it from 50 feet away, rendering it practically useless. A good rule of thumb is to opt for less items and simple colors and have a design that is only one-sided. Now, you may be thinking, we would never make a flag with 2 sides, right? Well, you'd be wrong to think that, because our buddy Oregon just decided it was so special that it needed 2 different sides. Before I have the chance to come up with a roast that will offend at least one person from Oregon in the comments, let's talk about the second rule. Use meaningful symbolism. A good example of a state flag that uses symbolism well is Texas. If you didn't know, the white stands for purity, the blue for loyalty, the red for bravery, and the star standing for the unity of all of Texas. Now, tell me what this symbolizes. Now, there is probably someone out there who understands what the symbols on Pennsylvania's flag mean, but it's not me, so Google it, I guess. Next up on the list of rules is to use 2 to 3 basic colors. I feel like this one should be obvious at this point in the video, but some people aren't taking the hint. I mean, imagine having 18 different colors on your flag. Oh, hi Virginia. Didn't see you there. We were just talking about how New Mexico not only uses meaningful symbols, but also has just 2 contrasting colors. The 4th rule is no lettering or seals. A state that does well with this is South Carolina. Look at that, with no words and a simple, easy to understand image. I'm just saying, Montana, if you have to write your name that big, maybe you should have just invested in a better symbol. Last up is be distinct or be related. This is pretty much summed up by the moment the teacher tells you to be yourself because everyone else is taken. I mean, seriously, Vermont. How am I supposed to tell you apart from the 20 other flags that also have a blue background and an image too small to see? While that's all for the 5 major rules, there are a few other things you might want to think about when creating a flag. First, think about the dimensions of your flag. Most of the state flags in the US are nice, orderly rectangles, but there's always the few. Rhode Island, North Dakota, North Carolina, I'm calling you out. You have slightly distorted squares, while Ohio is over here with whatever shape that is. Another thing to think about is these rules are not the end-all be-all, meaning that you could have designed a perfectly fine flag without watching this video. Doesn't mean you shouldn't watch it 3 more times, just in case. For example, Maryland has more than 3 colors, but it's still a recognizable and distinct design. Really, you just want to make sure you're creating something that represents its people and is simple and recognizable.